Hi, beautiful people. This is my first video, and my name is Celeste. I'm the founder and creator of Uniting Autism. So I'm sitting here thinking it's important for me to connect with people as many different ways as I can. I just wanted to give you a brief history about Uniting Autism and why I started it and who I am. My, in 2010 of March, my aunt was dying of breast cancer, and two days before she died, she asked me to take in her two kids. At the time, I did not have any kids, and she um, she was dying of breast cancer. So I agreed. Me and my husband agreed to take in her kids. They were both special needs. They were 8, 5 and 7 at the time, and the youngest is has an autism diagnosis. He's autistic. So I didn't really know too much about autism, but boy did I learn. Um, After being in our house for about a week, we realized he had no intervention. He had a lot of behaviors where he was banging his head. When he wanted something, he screamed for it. He didn't know how to ask. He didn't know how to point it. He just screamed and cried. And God forbid you said no. It was like a nightmare. Um, I went through 2 years of that. I actually quit my job. I worked hard with the school. I was at the school every day. Um, I targeted the behaviors that was giving him so many problems. When he would start screaming really loud, I would separate myself from him, just make sure he was safe. I did a whole lot of work with him to get him to where he's at today. Today, his teachers love him. I can take him out with no issues. He understands that there's consequences to his actions, so he pretty much tries to behave the best that he can. But it was a really big struggle for me, and during that time, I always wondered if I can like attend a group, and the only groups that I knew of, I needed transportation, or I needed a babysitter, or I was just too tired by the end of the day. By the time my husband got home, I was tired, and I said I wish they had a group online. So for the last 2 years, I've been toying with the idea of starting an online support group that's moderated during a certain time. And on April 6th of 2013, I actually kicked off the first group, which was really awesome. A major milestone for me. When I went through everything I went through with my child, and getting to know him and getting to know this thing called autism, I thought to myself, OMG, there's a ton of families that are going through this, and I have a background in mental health counseling. I've done family therapy, and I've done individual therapy, so I pretty much had a good handle on the things I can do with him therapeutically. But there's a lot of families who do not have that background, and even with the background I suffered, I was depressed. I struggled so hard. It was very hard for me to um deal with it. Family members didn't understand. I didn't have any friends who had kids with autism, so um, I pretty much did it alone. And then I found out about Twitter, and Twitter has an awesome community um, of parents who support one another. But I was limited in my characters of 140 characters or less. So the support group online was the reason why I started Uniting Autism, and sometimes in the autism community, I feel like we can be disconnected because there's so many services that are geared towards people who have autism, and I think sometimes we forget the point of why we're doing what we're doing, and it's to enrich the lives of other people. The childrens that we have, or the consumers who have this diagnosis of autism. So my goal is actually to create change, to create awareness, to offer support for caregivers that are struggling on a day to day basis. Eventually, I want to have at least two groups a day. I want to be able to categorize it by state so people in the same state can connect, talk about the services that are provided, because a lot of times there's all these services and no one knows about them. So I really want the autism community to come together. And that's my goal, and this is my video, and I'm declaring it. And I believe in declarations. I believe in speaking positive, and I believe that it will come to pass. So you will be seeing more of me. Please subscribe, especially if you are a caregiver of a child with autism. Join the groups. Right now, we're meeting Saturdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 8 p.m. And there's always going to be a new topic, always cool ideas, and you can share your story with other parents and know that we get it. That's my thing. We get it. I get it. I understand. So until then, I will see you later. Thank you for tuning in.